As we start to see more and more signs of life returning to normal, are you noticing that you or the people around you are feeling more burned out and anxious now than maybe 6 months ago, or even in the heart of the pandemic? Today, I want to share a couple of thoughts on why this may be happening now and a few things to keep in mind as we navigate these next several months. Hi, I'm Chris Littlefield. I'm the founder of Beyond Thank You and the author of the book 75 Team Activities for Remote Teams. I help leaders and organizations better understand what their people want and need to be at their best, and to help them build organizations where people feel valued and where great work gets done. Before I started my company, I used to work in international conflict resolution. I facilitated cross-border dialogue programs with people from either side of protracted international conflicts like Israel and Palestine, India, Pakistan, and Armenia and Azerbaijan. During these 5, often 10-day retreats, I would be holding the space for people to challenge their beliefs, have difficult conversations, and talk about how the conflict had impacted them and their families. And over the years, I noticed a pattern. The day after each program, once participants left, I would often fall apart, both emotionally and physically. I'd find myself in tears as I finally had time to process the stories I had heard and experienced, the emotions that participants had expressed. I could finally feel the exhaustion that I had been pushing through for days. It is like when you go on vacation after an insanely busy period, only to get sick the next day as your body and mind finally let go of holding it all together. Consciously or unconsciously, everyone has had their own way of navigating or surviving these last 2 years. Some people took a deep breath in, got busy, and never came up for air. Others threw themselves into their work or learning new things, and some people just dove deep into distractions. Many people expended an excessive amount of mental energy trying to protect themselves and others from a threat that they could not see. And the pandemic was only one of the things that everyone had to navigate. So I wonder if the burnout anxiety that so many people are experiencing and feeling right now is the loosening of the grip of self-protection, not knowing if we're just going to have to tighten it back up. If it's starting to breathe again and beginning to feel and process all that we've been going through over these last 2 years, the loss, the fear, the uncertainty, and the nonstop work with no real breaks. And doing that as we simultaneously transition into this next iteration of work, whatever it may be. So if you or your people are feeling a little all over the place right now, this may be what's going on. It's important to remember that whatever you're feeling is okay, and we're all going to process it differently. Some people are going to want to do a cannonball back into the world. With others, you're going to need to test the water first, and some may need to get a lot of concerns addressed before they feel safe to even come near the water at all. And so as leaders, coworkers, and as family members, it's important to remember that everyone's going through their own process, including ourselves. And the best way we can support each other is to not to judge or make each other wrong for where we're at. To not judge those who want to take their masks off and those who want to keep them on. Those who want to go back to the office and those who do not. So what can we do as leaders in organizations? 1, start by acknowledging the fact that we've all gone through a lot over these last 2 years, and it's a lot for everyone to process. And everyone's going to be going through that differently. 2, create spaces for the people who do want to discuss and process the last 2 years so they have an opportunity to do so. Here are some great questions to reflect on either personally or to lead a conversation at work or home. What were the last 2 years like for you? What 2 to 3 moments define your experience? What did people not see about what it took for you to do all that you did? What are you most proud of your team or your organization for? How do you feel the last year impacted how you see your job and life? What lessons from the last year do you want to make sure you never forget? What support do you feel your coworkers most need right now? And how do you feel we can take care of each other in the months ahead? Most importantly, remember that just because the outside world is beginning to look a little more normal, it doesn't mean people's inside world is the same. Keep checking in and letting people know you care, that you're there for them if they need you. Once again, I'm Chris Littlefield from Beyond Thank You. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please subscribe. And remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay connected.